Hey guys, welcome to another fun-filled episode of Taste This TV. I'm your host, Chef Joe Ciminera. Hey, we got a pretty interesting show. Now, you've ever had country club food, right? I've written a couple of menus for some of the most leading country clubs all across the world. And there's two popular dishes that were on country clubs. And I thought that, the break in the weather here in New York City right now, and it's just got me thinking about golfing and stuff like that. So I'm going to do two dishes today, pair them up with Rockcliffe wines. Today we're going to be using their incredible wine today. And also want to talk about What's In Now, which is a company that makes these golf head covers.
What's In Now is a company founded by a new woman golfer envisioning fashion head covers for women. As an artist, entrepreneur, and unique head cover with flair and functionality, it was then created to reflect the fashion on the golfers themselves. What's In Now focuses on that need and desire to create a longer-lasting cover with the panache never seen in the golf industry. Made from sunbrella fabric, these covers are unique in their durability, fade, and water resistance, makes them a new introduction to a very established market. Sunbrella is known for being a leader in the indoor-outdoor furniture industry. Covering golf heads seems like a natural partnering, making these golf head covers a head above all the other covers. The patented design is truly unique to the industry. Little pillbox hats with a sunflower in front fits comfortably on the golf head. For easy on-off to keep the ready golf mantra, these covers have a stretch knit panel in the back. Pleather is used instead of leather for non-fading and cracking all sunbrella material. Although there are numbers of each heads, the design had that covered as well. Wide stripe is your driver, the big head. No stripe is your number 3, and then comes the small stripe to cover number 5. When in the golf bag, they are easy to grab and fun to look at. All the hybrids are dyed to match the stripe colors. When it rains, they've got you covered. And the sun is boiling, done, we got you covered there too. What's In Now loves to say they are a head above other covers, a step up in the golf head cover industry. Go to their website to learn more at what'sinnow.com.
Look at this. This is incredible. This is craftsmanship right here. Now, they got a whole bunch of different colors and sizes and stuff like that, but, it's funny because we actually started using these for the golf clubs, and then I said, I have to introduce these on the show because they have a style and a color that's really unique and sets them apart. Well, check them out. Their website is called What's In Now, and they got everything you could think of as far as golf covers and everything related to that. Now, we're going to talk about today country club food. Now, most people know country club food, and most country clubs, that is the food isn't really that great. But these two menu items were big hits. Both comfort food. Here's our open-faced ceviche sandwich, or I call them a carpaccio beef sandwich. And today, this is also 3 different kinds of pork that we're going to be using. We're using duck. We're using duck sausage, pork belly, and then we're going to some things that we're going to combine it to. We're going to roll it into a wrap and fry it, and we're going to show you, a little bit about that as well. Now, first thing we need to do is get ourselves a pan, and we're going to turn the stove on. And what we're going to do is cook these onions with the pork and the duck, and we want those flavors of the duck and the pork to be released into the dish. And then what we got is we got some cheddar cheese curds and some white curds as far as mozzarella and cheese. And what we're going to do is combine that so it's going to keep everything together inside the wrap, and then we're going to fry the wrap. And the flavor is just unbelievable. And I'll let you in on a little secret here. You know what this is? Barbecued potato chips. You could laugh, but once you put them in there, you're not going to believe the flavor. You could go through the extreme of slicing your own potatoes and pretending you're a 5-star chef and frying them up and everything else, but I'm going to keep it real with you and just get a bag of barbecue potato chips, and you're going to see this dish really explode. So it has all the flavorings in there that you need. So now we got this casserole here. We're gonna light it up with a little bit of oil, and right away our onions go in there. Now we're only using red onions for this dish, folks. Only red onions. And there is a different flavor. When I listen to people, they talk about, oh yeah, we'll just cook with an onion. Well, what kind of onion? There's shallots, there's chives, there's scallions. There's a lot of onions in the onion family. All right, we're gonna let that cook, do its thing for a little bit. At the same time, we're gonna add our pork, our duck sausage, and the whole idea is to let these flavors sort of sweat in the pan. As you can see, it's starting to do just that. Wow, and the flavors and the aromas are just incredible. You know, you smell the duck, you smell the pork flavor. And it's releasing that fat again, because there's a lot of fat that goes into sausages and stuff like that. It's releasing that flavor back into the pan. And this is the reason for the potato chips and the cheese. Is the potatoes are going to soak up, absorb that mixture, and the cheese is going to bind it all together. All right, that is good. We're looking just like that, folks. That's exactly what we want. Now we're going to add our potato chips. We're going to add our curd mixture of both cheeses. And we're just going to stir around just for a little bit longer. And then when we feel it's all going to be melted together, we're going to add a little bit of our homemade steak sauce. And you know what that is? It's a little bit of brown sugar, a little bit of soy sauce, a little bit of ketchup. All right, good. Now this is sticking together. That's good. We're going to put that on the side. Now we want to get a wrap. Spinach, right? What we're going to do is take this. We're going to put our mixture in there. Got to have some microgreens going in there too. I'm going to take this a combination of arugula, baby spinach. It's got the works in here. Now, notice I'm not looking for a fat wrap. I'm looking for, you know, an average wrap here. Then we're going to trim the sides down a little bit. Now we're going to fry this. Something you don't see every day, right? Now we're going to take our this is infused olive oil. And we got our wrap. We're going to go seam side down, because what's going to happen is it's going to close this for us. We're not going to need any type of parchment paper or anything like that. We're going to go seam side down. I'm going to raise this temperature up a little bit. Don't be shy to put enough oil on this baby, because if it's not oily, it's not right. I'm going to let that do its thing. I'm going to move it around a little bit. And you know, it takes on a different flavor when it's actually cooked like that. When the wrap is cooked, it's more crispier, it's flavorful. You're really going to enjoy it a lot better. Take your time. You know, you can also smell now the duck and all the aromas coming out of this thing, which is really incredible, because that's what we're looking for. And we're going to pick this up. We're still not there yet. I'm going to let this do its thing. We're going to jump back over here and talk about what we're going to be doing while that thing is taking on its world of its own. Now, these are open-faced sandwiches. Now, you've heard about carpaccio. Now, what is carpaccio? It's a really good cut of beef. Over here, we're using this beef from Dakota beef, which is naturally grass-fed. Now, it's all grass-fed meats, no antibiotics, anything like that, so it's all natural. This beef comes from, it's a division of Maya Corporation, which is we work with them a lot. They get great products there. Now we got these toast points, right? You can go ahead and slice them, butter on both sides. I'm gonna take this off, put it right down in there. And we're gonna build this plate first. Cut it on a bias, and that's what it looks like, folks. Looking good right there. We're gonna take some greens. This mixture actually is a kale mix, so it's baby kale. It's got some arugula in there as well. And this is a kind of green that would benefit from a little vinegar, right? Because it's not so delicate. So we got the oil here, got a little bit of salt, and we got white vinegar that we're going to be putting in here. Mix it with our hand. It's fine. Get it all together. Now we're going to take a plate. And we're going to put our greens right in the center. This was always a favorite. This is like a country club favorite. We're going to take this. We want people to see what it looks like on this side, and voila, right? So that's our first wrap that we're looking into. Next, we have our unbelievable open-faced sandwiches. Now, we talked about the carpaccio, and look at this beef. This beef is like, there's really, really good stuff here. And we're gonna take a little bit of fleur de sal, right, which is the first cultivated salt. We're just gonna go over the beef gently, so it brings out the flavor. We're gonna take one of these babies here, and we're gonna take a little bit of mascarpone cheese. And I'm gonna spread a little mascarpone right on that baby like that. Man, if that doesn't look good by itself, I don't know what does. Then we're gonna take the beef carpaccio right on top like that. We're gonna take a little bit of mozzarella. This mozzarella has been soaking in garlic oil, and I like to turn the mozzarella cheese inside out. Right? It goes from a bocconcini to an inside out. Now we got that. What we're gonna put on top of that is a little bit of fresh red pepper right on top. And there you have it. And we're gonna do one more here just to recap. We got our toast points. It's very important to use a bread that's gonna have the flavor, have the crispiness of the bread as well. That's why I said, don't be afraid to put a little bit of butter, a little bit of oil. You can cheat, go off your diet for a little bit, it's fine. But if you really get into the science and technology and stuff, it's not the fat that bothers you, it's the inflammation that your body's allergic to. So we're gonna turn the bocconcini inside out. I always felt you get the best flavor with that as well. We're gonna go on top. We got a little bit of our roast pepper flakes. Now, we got this homemade barbecue sauce that we made today here, which is really, really, really a winner. And we're gonna be taking this just like this, folks. So here you have it. 2 simple, easy country club dishes that you're gonna amaze your friends. And if you're not good at golf, you might as well go to the country club and at least eat good. Now we're going to be toasting out with our Rock Cliff wine. This is their Shiraz, unbelievable flavor. We got our open-faced carpaccio beef sandwich, our wrap that was fried in infused oil. Does it get any better than this? I doubt it. Thank you for watching this fun-filled episode of Taste This TV. I'm your host, Chef Joe Ciminera. Remember, there are no rules in cooking. Taste this. Okay, so now we're going to get started on jelly candy that I like, which is strawberry. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not taking open concentrated strawberry juice and making it into a jelly candy. I like to take organic strawberry preserves, and that's what I use, mix them in with water, add a little bit of gelita gelatin, because this leaf gelatin is far beyond the best. So this product is incredible. It'll actually make the whole thing stiffen up, and at the very end, of course, we're going to take those candies and just mold them a little bit in granulated sugar. You can put a little citric acid if you want. I don't like to do that, but it does preserve the outside of the jelly candy, and it makes the sugar adhere to all of it around. So to get started first, I've taken the strawberry preserve. Now this is an organic product. Opened up about 3 or 4 of them. And I just have some very simple boiling water here. So what we're going to do is add the jam to the boiling water. And we're just going to give that a stir. Now, if you want to, I would suggest adding 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar in there. Now, we're going to give it just maybe a little extra sweetness that it deserves, that the strawberries might have not picked it up. We're going to let that cook down a little bit. And it almost comes to a simple syrup. So you get those thick bubbles of the sugar, and then at the very end, what we're going to do is we're going to grab some leaf gelatin here, and we're going to bloom probably about 3 or 4 pieces And that's a term that they like to use. It's called bloom. So you take the leaf gelatin, you put it in the cold water. It has to be cold water. You know, I've tried to do this in hot water. It just never came out correct. So I know a lot of chefs actually put this into a boiling liquid, but you really get a much better effect if you put it into cold liquid. You wait a little while till it absorbs all the liquid, then just throw it into your simple syrup. Now, right now I'm doing strawberry, but in a little while I'm also going to do lemongrass. So we're going to have lemongrass, a little bit of lemon zest. So, and I have one that I did earlier before. I'll take out in just a moment here and just show you what it is. So we're going to continue to cook this one down. And you got about another minute or two with this gelatin. And when it's ready, we're going to add it in here. Pour it in some kind of a ramekin or something like that. You could either leave it in the refrigerator setup or you could leave it out for a couple of hours. We're going to cut that baby and enjoy some jelly candies. All right, now we're going to take our bloomed gelatin, and this is Gelita, my premier choice of gelatin. You squeeze out the excess liquid, throw the gelatin in there, give it a turn around. When it dissolves, it's good. You have enough gelatin in there for it to stiff up. Now, a couple of hours later, we fast forward this and you're going to get this. Okay? Now, this product is perfect and ready to go. So now, like I was saying before, with these jelly candies, I don't like to put citric acid on them. I mean, you can, but the further away from chemicals I can get, the better off I am. So what I'm going to do is just cut a little bit of the jelly here. And it should come right out. And it does, see? When you're using a really good gelatin, you can really get a great finished product. And this is just a couple of hours setting. And you can do really a lot of these things. You could flavor the outside, you know, all that stuff is really cool to do. So, and we're gonna cut this up. Next, we're just gonna roll this. And it's that simple. And then you have delicious jelly candy. And for the most part, all natural. Because you put this up against any jelly candy and I'm telling you, this is gonna win hands down. All right, come back out to me now. And we got our last one. And again, you could also do this with aspic. You know, you could do this with demi-glace. You can infuse it with rosemary, fresh thyme, and stuff like that. So here you have it. This is our jelly candy, and this flavor is strawberry, right? Coming up next, we're gonna take a look at the lemongrass. So if you like lemon, this is a treat for you.